We have the Las Vegas Raiders versus the New England Patriots. Little caveat reminder here: we haven't seen the Monday night game yet for the Las Vegas Raiders. We record these segments on Monday morning, but we will be cleaning this up later in the week. We know we have a lot of Raiders fans kind of on this network and stuff, so we appreciate that. By the way, like, comment, and subscribe. Las Vegas, look, it's New England's defense. Not every team is going to be able to do what Seattle did to New England on Sunday Night Football. The Raiders, though, I do think they're going to have success running the ball against New England. I like New England's defensive line. I think it's going to be good. It's going to be an interesting game. I'm not a buyer on Derek Carr. I am a buyer on Josh Jacobs this week. They'll stick with it, and I think they'll do well. And I think Jacobs gets in the end zone. But because I'm not a buyer on Carr, I'm actually not a buyer on anybody other than Darren Waller. And I got news for everybody. Darren Waller is going to be facing off against probably they might rotate Stephon Gilmore on Darren Waller. I mean, New England knows that he's probably the big option. I think they'll probably cover Ruggs a lot like they did with Tyler Lockett, which means not a lot of over-the-top stuff, but Ruggs might be a good possession guy this week. So an interesting matchup, I think, and probably be a little bit closer than people might think as well. Now, New England, Cam Newton still looks like a monster. I was really dubious about him, but I'm all in on Cam Newton this year, dude. He's going to be so good. I'm going to start on him. Don't like running back there. Let's see. Wide receiver, Julian Edelman. I like N'Keal Harry. He looks good. I'll talk about him in a little bit. Physically imposing. I like the way this offense is using him. I think he's going to pop soon if you're looking for a fantasy football wide receiver on the waiver wire. And then I do have a good projection at tight end, but I'm staying away, man. I'm not starting Izzo. Give me a break. So there you go. Take it away, David.
I feel like I'm kind of off everybody for this game. I don't love anybody just because New England's defense is really good. And I don't know how much I trust the Raiders. I like the Raiders offense. Yeah. I think they're good in the right matchup. I don't know how much I trust them against New England's defense. You talk about Belichick. What does he do? He figures out who's your best player, what you're best at, and he takes it away. So Josh Jacobs, we'll see what he does tonight. But if I have three good running backs and maybe I can bench Josh Jacobs, I don't think it's crazy against New England. I think they're going to do everything they can to stop Josh Jacobs. Talk about Darren Waller. That's going to be the big thing is whether Gilmore's on him. Mm-hmm. Again, I'm probably avoiding Raiders receivers across the board. And, I mean, if you have Waller, you probably don't have a better option. But it's more of a DFS. I'm probably just avoiding everybody in this matchup except for Cam Newton. How can you avoid Cam Newton with as hot as he is right now?
Yeah, let me go back to the Raiders. So I do think kind of what Seattle did with their offensive line and running the ball, with Carson and Hyde. I think that the Raiders can duplicate that success. They're physical. I think they'll get it done, and they're patient with it. They're fine with 3.5 yards per carry if that's what it comes down to, which is good. I mean, I love the way Gruden calls a game. I love the coaching. I mean, this is a team, they still need some pieces to be at that upper echelon, but this is a team like the Titans that their style of play wins in January, and that's when you want to be winning games. Look, I really think that it's going to be Gilmore on Waller. That's just my guess. The reason why Seattle won that game is because DK Metcalf took down the reigning NFL Defensive Player in the Year on Sunday Night Football. I don't think Waller has the skill level to do that. You're talking about DK Metcalf can out-physical you, and he can run past you, and that's what it takes to beat Stephon Gilmore. And I think, Ruggs is going to have a nice game, but he's going to be bracketed. He's going to have a guy over the top. He's going to have a guy on him. It's going to be like basically cover two on his side of the field. So, yeah, don't love him. I'm staying away from the passing game there, but, Jacobs I'll take. And then let me talk a little bit about N'Keal Harry. He's a wide receiver. I love the way they're using him. Short, high-percentage pass plays. I don't know if you watched this game, the Sunday Night Football game live, but the hit he took from Diggs in the first quarter or whatever, held on to the ball.
He got knocked out for a split second.
I think he got knocked out, but if you watch him...
How did they not check him out?
I know, right?
He was asleep for a quarter second there, just not moving.
I think you're right, man. And he got popped in the face. It was an awful hit. And I agree with that. The guy should have been yanked, but gets the ball, gets popped in the face, and you can see on the slow-mo that the ball comes out, and as he's losing consciousness on the way to the ground, puts his hand back on the ball and secures it. Unbelievable. But not only that, but, I mean, the toughness is there. Obviously, New England waived Mohamed Sanu prior to the season. And Sanu's a smart player. New England Patriots like smart. So that tells you something about his viability in this offense. And running these, out of the slot, running these quick outs, running these quick slants and everything, Cam Newton hitting him, It's a matter of he's going to be a monster in the red zone. We've been seeing essentially Cam Newton run over people in the red zone all season. At some point, they will pass the ball. And N'Keal Harry is a guy that you can get on buy low now. I think he's startable this week. And Edelman, I liked the target and the receptions when I was kind of going through and doing the distribution. Like, I know Edelman had a nice game, but I did not assume 8 catches and 179. I think it was like
that was his career high in receiving yards from Cam Newton.
How about that?
Cam
Newton's throwing the ball. His downfield throw, like, he looks better as a passer, and you got to give it. I mean, the Patriots know how to coach their players, man. Like, it's working in New England. I was skeptical, I really was, but it is working, and I can say, like, I always say never bet against New England, and I wasn't going to, but I was betting. I didn't think Cam Newton would look as sharp as a passer as he does, and he can run people over. This is like vintage Cam Newton on this team. They're gonna be a tough team to deal with. And Seattle, to me, is a top 3 team in the league, hands down, and that's what it takes to beat New England now. So anyway, I love this game. But let me hit you with the line because it's kind of a big line, David. Las Vegas plus 6.5 against New England. Who do you got?
Is it in New England or
in
Las Vegas?
It is New England.
Even though that doesn't really matter anymore.
Because of the crowd, right?
I still take New England here just because I feel like I said, I think they're going to find a way to shut down that Raider offense and what that Raider offense does well. And I don't know if that offense is ready to take that next step against New England. So I'm going to take New England here.
Like I would like Las Vegas a lot more. This is, by the way, this is the 5th game. Out of 5 games, the lines that I set before actually checking in with these lines is within a half point. So it's another spread that I don't like. I'm going to take Vegas to cover. It's not one that I love, and like I said, I never bet against Bill Belichick, so I won't do it. I think the running game will keep the game close. I think the Raiders' defense is a little bit better. I'm curious to see how these two teams match up, but I just think New England right now is just more talented. I like the coaching on both teams and all that stuff, but I like what I'm seeing from Cam Newton, and when they need a 3rd and 1 converted, or if they have 2 downs, it's 3rd and goal from the 2 or something like that, you can count on New England to get it done. That little jab step and throw in like the second quarter or whatever it was, that stuff's going to be there for New England all year. So with respect to the Raiders, I do like them. It's just a tough matchup for them. I do like Jacobs, but is what it is. We'll see. We'll see as we move forward.